So let's see. Okay, got that. I got that. Let's see. And I think I'm good. Hello. I think everything is good to go. Hi. Thank goodness. I thought, because I'm just not about this life. I don't know if I could be seen or heard at this point. I think I'm going to have to reset. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Shells. Good morning, Rules. Okay. You know what? You're going to have to give me just a second. Because I didn't. How's the sound? Because I just realized that okay, now I'm back. I just realized I don't have any kind of, I don't have an earphone in, and it's probably picking up all of the sounds from the road. Okay, well then I'm putting those away so I don't have to worry about them falling out of my ear anyways. And then let's check one more thing. Let's see here. Crap. What did I do? Okay, now it's back. It wasn't on the camera at all. It was on my screen. Okay. So I still have a lot of teams to do. So today we are going to do the Broncos and we are going to do the Panthers. So I need to grab things. I just kind of ran up here. The dogs were being difficult. They didn't want to go to any of the places. They didn't want to go outside, and then they didn't want to come upstairs, and then they didn't want to do this, they didn't want to do that. It was all a big ordeal, apparently. God forbid dogs that are ridiculously spoiled ever do literally anything. Yeah. They're actually laying on 5 blankets that I have over here for them for a bed. We are gonna do the Broncos first. So let's see. I sketched out an idea. So how's everybody's morning going? Well, afternoon now, depending on where you are. It's 1:49. I thought we were gonna have a random status conference again, but there was nothing that showed up on nothing showed up on the docket today, and then nothing showed up on the schedule. So I just figure we would have heard something about it if it was a thing. So let's see. We'll do the Broncos first, especially since you're at work. And then if you have to go, then you have to go. Let's see, pulling out some brushes. I was talking to my kid today because it's 10:50 here, just got up not too long ago, sleeps up and down all over. I feel like everybody's sleep schedule. Oh, me too. Me too. I actually, hold on. I just realized my chair's still real low. I have Tinkerbell. I have a tattoo that I got, and then I have like random things in my office. Everything's still kind of packed up because it just is. So I don't have to unpack it when we eventually move. But I feel like everybody's sleep schedule is just extra like crazy right now. Do you? See, I was young. It was my Tinkerbell was my first tattoo. I'll have to post a picture of it, but it was my first tattoo. So it was like, I think I got it whenever I was like 19. And so of course, because that was back in the early 2000s. Yeah, it would have been early 2000s. Of course, I was stupid and got it as a tramp stamp, basically, as they called it back then. So it's a lower back tattoo. And I'm not mad about the placement, except for the fact that since I got my first tattoo, I have two others. So I have I can never do this. I have my music notes on. Oh my gosh. Why does my arm not move that way? So I have I have the treble clef, the bass clef. I have all the different types of notes. Yeah, I'll be 37. What day is it today? In 13 days. Fun. So I have this one, and then I have a memorial tattoo that I had gotten that says, it has a rainbow that's like a bridge on it, and it says, "I'll never walk alone," and it has little paw prints all over. So, and it's for my Bobo dog that I have. That's basically, he was identical to my oldest, my black and gray dog, Lily. And I have that, and it's on my foot. So I have this tattoo, that one on my foot. I can see them anytime I want to. So I can appreciate the work. And the guy that did the tattoo that's on my back was he did tattoos for really important people, and it's really good work, and he's no longer with us either. So no, I don't have any butterflies too. See, we were almost right there, Tina. But yeah, it's so I'm more disappointed that I can't appreciate that work. Like I said, I'll post a picture of it. I'm sure I have it somewhere. But yeah, I had decided, let me put some lip balm on because my lips are dried up. I had decided a long time ago that I wouldn't get any more tattoos if I couldn't enjoy them, because they're more I'm the one that has to see them, or should be able to see them if I'm the one that they're for. It's just like any other thing. You don't buy clothes because, for the most part, you don't buy clothes because somebody else is going to like them. You buy clothes because you like them. So it makes it a lot. We can't be Ting sisters. It makes it a lot more, I don't know. I would like to be able to enjoy things that I have. So that's why I'm mostly disappointed. I'm telling you, I'm all kinds of all over the place. I'm trying not to make too much noise, but I have everything that I just kind of tossed into this, but it's real close to that computer. So tell me if that's irritating, and I will mute, grab all this stuff out of here, and go from there. But yeah, so I'm disappointed that I don't get to enjoy my tattoos nearly as much as I should, because especially that one, because it's and on top of that, it's so freaking big. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I really got it way bigger than what I thought that I was going to get it, but it has so much detail in it and everything. It is she's sitting with, it's the pose where they have her where she's like sitting on her knees and with her like butt on her feet. And then he put like the sky is all rainbowed and it has stars that go in it. And I got that tattoo. What is that? It'll be almost 22 years ago, because I got it for my 19th birthday. My uncle had bought it for me. And I want to say, yeah, so 1937, not 22. Is it 22? What is wrong with me? No, not math. 18. So 18 years ago. Somebody please do the math for me. I'm not here with it. 19 to 29. 18. Oh my gosh. Only one of mine is in an obvious place. I forget the others. I randomly see them and be shocked for a second. See, and that's like all of them are at least places to where, because I've always worked in like more professional places, I needed to be able to cover them. So a pair of shoes, as long as I can wear like a pair of like dress socks, like black dress socks, I can hide my foot tattoo. And even if I can, I mean, it's on my foot. Like people really don't look at your foot for the most part. And then the one on my wrist, it can be covered a couple of different ways. So I've covered it up if needed, which it's rarity that I actually need to worry about it. But that's as easy as either a long sleeve shirt, or I had a couple of like cuff bracelets that I could like throw on, or like I can even like do like stack a bunch of bracelets on like on the one wrist if it was ever an issue to where I needed to like cover it up. Luckily enough, nowadays I don't think places are as stuffy, right? And I'm thinking I want to get, because like everything with my MUA branding and everything with like my old blog that I had and all of the things, it's all This Pretty Little Life, and it's my ladybug everywhere. And I had my graphic designer that had created all of my branding things. I had her do every line had a meaning when I was married to my ex-husband. See, that's the one thing I always tell people. I'm like, listen, you can get a tattoo, whatever tattoo you want. I personally, if it's not my, like, I don't have any biological kids. So if it's not something that has to do with my dogs, and it is, hi, Victor. If it's not something that that has to do with my dogs, myself, or if I had biological children, I would, like, that's it. It has to be myself, a biological child, or like even an adopted child, but still, like, as much as I love my husband and everything, like I won't put anything for him on there. Won't put anything, maybe I'll get something with my kid, like a matching thing with his son, with my bonus kid, my wedding gift, I call him. So, okay, those are at least somewhat better. Maybe we'll go get something because he likes tattoos. But otherwise, like, I'm not, I always tell people, I'm like, don't do it. I'm like, don't, because tattoos, for the most part, I mean, unless you want to spend a lot of money, and even then, they don't ever, I don't know. I've seen a couple of really good cover-ups, but depending on, like, I could never cover up my Tinkerbell correctly. Like, I would have to get it removed and then go back in and have like a cover up done. I don't believe that I would ever be able to actually like cover it up because it's just too big. It's too big. I don't know what I would do. I would have to have my entire like back covered with something because she's probably like, I don't know, maybe 6 inches, maybe bigger. And then like probably about 4 inches wide. Like she's big, and her sky, her rainbow sky and her stars and everything, like they take up some real estate. So I would always, I'm like, and I've already been divorced once, and I didn't expect that to happen. Obviously, you never do. So I figure might as well not. Because now, what are you going to do? Every line had a meaning. Maybe if you don't hate them. I don't know. I don't exactly hate my ex-husband. I don't want to have anything to do with him anymore, and he'll never, like, I'll never come in contact with him if I can help it. But yeah, I'm like, no way. But yeah, so now I'm like, I want to get, so first one is huge, and I got it with my sister. I trusted her on the design, and now you can't read it, and it looks horrible. I don't think anything but a black box will cover it. See, that's what I worry about with, what is it about these lights? I think that the lights make your eyes water and then makes your nose run. That's the only thing I can think of. Because that was bothering me the other day when I was on, because I was like, is that like, why? Why is my nose running? I don't have a cold. My allergies aren't acting up right now. Yeah, I've seen some really, I like wiped it off my lip like that. I've seen some really phenomenal cover-ups. I really have, but I don't know. And then you also have to tell your, which is a whole nother, yeah, I can see where you're gonna have a problem with that. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so anyway, so I wanted to get something with my ladybugs because I've always loved like ladybugs. Ladybugs are supposed to be good luck, and they're supposed to be like this, that, and the other. Do you not do that? Do you not sneeze looking at the sun? Okay, everybody that's watching, poll. Does every, oh, grr. It goes like right off and right back on. I wonder how long has it been? So probably at about 18 minutes. I wonder why that is. Because I already checked all the settings last night. I have to look into that. So anyways, is that not a normal thing? Can everybody else that's here, can other people chime in? Because I thought that was normal. It was something like, it's something to do with the light and the, you don't? Oh my God. Well, I do. I'll take it. I'll take one for the team, y'all. I got it. I really thought that everybody did that. I really did. 100% thought that was like a normal thing. Interesting. Well, I can chalk that up to more random shit that I do that I always thought was normal. However, is not. It's what it is. All right, let's do this. Let's jump in. So, got an orange in here. I didn't know it was a thing until my nephew did it. Yeah, I mean, like, even if I have to sneeze, I will even be able to, like, look into this light and it'll help me sneeze. So I'm very confused. Very confused about why that's not a thing for everybody. Interesting. So that's life, I guess. There's a good orange. These Juvia Place palettes were a good idea whenever I went and like a crazy person and grabbed every single one I didn't already have that they had in stock at the time. Let's take a look here. I'm so concerned about the fact that nobody else sneezes when they look at the sun. I don't know. Let's see. Which eye? Which eyebrow's better? Let's see. Can we tell? Which one are you? Nope, that's magnified. All right. We're going to go with this. That's so weird. But yeah, so my whole thing is I want to get my ladybugs somewhere because why wouldn't I? But I figure I'll have to get them probably behind my ear, maybe a trail of them that start here and then come down. A 23andMe quiz. Go figure. My genetics are screwed. So that would only make perfect sense if it was something genetic. So that's so odd. I mean, at this point, I'm still trying to figure out why I find anything out about myself, whether it is health-wise or personality-wise or whatever it may be. I'm still trying to figure out why why I get shocked when I hear things. But yes, I don't know where else I would be able to get butterflies at that would be an acceptable or be a place I could always get them on this wrist. That's possible, but I really don't know unless I have a trail of them or something. I don't really know how that would work out. I thought about doing that. They could even, I don't know why in my head I feel like they have to be wandering ants. And I don't know if that's because if you look at, oh my God, I'm pulling a KJ right now. No wonder it says 3 people. I didn't realize I had that, or the video is still pulled up. Oh my God. Let's see here. Share a screen. Share screen. Okay, share screen. No, Chrome tab. Share. Okay, so see how they're all swoopity. That is why I feel like they have to be wandering about, because they have little lines in them. But in the same sense, like, I should be able to make the rules, right? Yep. And that's what I feel like. Lighten this up just a little bit. Right. Like, just like with the little, like with them kind of. But then now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, then they'll kind of like look like ants, won't they? But I know I was real upset because I had ordered, without really looking, I ordered an Alex and Ani bracelet, and it was supposed to be a ladybug. It said it was a ladybug. It said it was for luck. I'm telling you guys, I'll put a picture of it too. That thing in no way, shape, or form was a ladybug. It was more along the lines of a cross between a beetle and one of the ladybugs that are like imposter ladybugs, if you know what I'm talking about, the ladybugs that are orange. This one was like orange, like the color of this. They were orange. So I was pretty upset whenever I got it, because I was like, that looks more like a beetle. Like, that doesn't look at all like a ladybug. And those bracelets aren't, you know what I mean? Like, they're not super duper expensive, but they're not cheap. What are they, like 35, 45 bucks? Yeah. Porn on ladybug. And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess, okay. And then I ordered another one, but it was like all silver. This time I like looked at it, and it was just, it's all silver. Looks like a ladybug, but it's all silver. Like, I wanted like a red ladybug. So they don't have a ladybug yet. I look all the time. Yeah, so I have to figure out something. Is that the one? Is that the one that I wanted to get, or is that the one that I let's see. Oh, that's different. He looks a little different. See, and he looks red. It says it's adorned with Swarovski crystals. Okay, he looks red. However, I now have trust issues and need to go. Right. So they have the let me see here. Maybe. Yeah, they have them. I'm telling you, it was quite the ordeal. So like the next time I literally, like, I drove, because there's not a store. There are a bunch of like kind of like retailers. Yeah, they don't even have the two that I have now. They don't have them anymore. They had, I'll have to, like I said, I'll take a picture of both of them. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, because I feel like my grandma, maybe somebody in my family was always like real big on saying things about how ladybugs bring good luck, and or like it's like your guardian angel, or let me see. Come on, come back. There we go. So I've just like always really liked ladybugs. And I needed something. I was trying to come up with something for like my branding that wasn't Like I didn't want anything that was too specific. So I figured this Pretty Little Life, even though it's a mouthful. And then I was trying to think of what was pretty and little and go from there. And then I came up with ladybugs. Because they're real tiny. And I don't know anybody. I mean, the Beatles, I don't like them. Like the little orange, this color orange, like beetles, the fake ones, the imposter ladybugs, the ones that like they pretend they're a ladybug, but they're really not. Those ones, no. But regular ladybugs, they're pretty, they're bright red. I feel like people are always happy when they see them. I don't see why or how they could ever depict anything like negative or bad. So whenever I was trying to find something, I was like, that'll work. I think we're just going to do... So, yeah. So now I have to find a new tattoo. But anyway, so I'm talking to my kid. Always off topic, real quick. And he was telling me he had found a new place to stay because right now he's in like graduate student housing. However, the issue with this graduate student housing is that their internet is awful. Like the campus internet, he's constantly like, he's like, the Wi-Fi is awful. This is awful. We've done all these things. Like we've sent him all these different cables and connectors and all the things because we've had to, and like the cable itself sucks. So everything he does, basically, if he's going to watch any TV, which is rare anyways, but I mean, like he's doing really well. So I want him to be able to like chill and relax. And it's not like it's a situation where we want him like running to a bar or even like to a sports bar or anything like that, even just to like really hang out. Because I mean, it's campus, it's probably a hot mess. So we've tried the hotspot on his phone. It's okay, but it's still kind of laggy and it made it more difficult. So we just kind of have gotten him a bunch of things to where, like, for instance, we have his laptop that hooks up directly to Ethernet now, which is very good. If he has it like hardwired, it's good stuff. Like he said, it's really quick. So we have that for him at least. And then we have that. And then we have, I got him an HDMI cable and adapter so that then he can use, basically his laptop can be all the things. Plus he'll have quick internet. He can use his computer while still being able, like I got him like the splitter HDMI and everything. So he can actually like now be on his computer and be using his computer to watch like Netflix or Hulu or whatever he wants to watch. Or like we have Sunday Ticket. So whenever he wants to watch the Raiders games, he can watch them through the app on. Oh, and then we have it hooked up to his PlayStation too. We have tried everything. It's like, hotel internet. How hotel internet's like real, like spotty, basically. That's what that's what this campus internet that he has at his apartment complex. And it, like I said, it doesn't make sense. It's even worse because he has like the first semester and second semester, he has 5 classes each. And yeah, and I mean, and this is like, he's at LSU, so it's in Baton Rouge, and there should be more than enough. There should be more than enough like service, but for whatever reason, the school's internet is just awful. Like I had him on the phone, and I thought he was just being like spoiled because, well, that's completely possible. And it was just like spinning, like even a YouTube video spinning. So I don't know what happened with all the blue that I have to do in all of these looks. I really probably should grab something else. Maybe I'll use this one. This Blue Moon is really good. Yeah, I think that's what it is. 2 teens in high school fighting over the internet. Yeah, that 100%. Good luck with that. That's why even here, like the internet's great whenever I'm plugged in. I don't have any issues. However, when my husband gets home and then we are both pulling on the Wi-Fi, plus I'm pulling from my I'm pulling from my phone, I'm pulling from my iPad, I'm pulling, yeah, right, with online learning and people home, internet usage is up. Yeah, it is big time. So it's even like it gets bad even here, and we only have the 2 of us. But I also am a like tech hog, so I have all the things going at all the times. Let's see. So I'm not sure. I think, let me see something. Look at that. Okay, now I know where I'm going with this. It's like trying to figure out where I'm going. Yeah, so, but yeah, it's pretty awful. So he was telling me about his new apartment, and we'll have to get him internet and cable separate there, but at least he'll be able to actually like function. Whereas right now, he really can't. Let's see. See if this mermaid color. It's more of a teal. So we'll keep that out. But it is more of a teal than anything else. Yeah, so he was showing me his new apartment. They are not, I don't know why campus housing is so expensive. I know why, because they're like, well, you have to be here. You have to be here, and you need somewhere to live that isn't a hole in the wall and that isn't unsafe, and that is especially for him. Like, we don't want him spending all this extra time, like driving a half an hour or whatever to campus every day, for instance, when that's an hour out of his day that he could either be studying or he could be like relaxing and everything. So they really do figure out ways to stick it to you whenever you're trying to find campus housing. But I was just like, why? Why? I mean, you could buy, like, for that rent, I would imagine you could buy like nearly a $400,000 house with that kind of rent, depending on your interest rate. But still, like, you could buy like why? That's all I keep thinking. Now with the event, I'm sure libraries and stuff are limited to. Yeah, it is. It's And like I said, like he has 5 classes, 3 of them are in person, 2 of them are online, and then the 3 that are in person, they split all of the they split the groups up to where I think it used to be 100 people per section, and now I think he said there's like 22 per section. So he is only around a few people. And again, like you said, with everything going on, most definitely it's going to make it more difficult because everybody is at home, and there are people then also they're going to be working, you know, even your instructors that might not have been teaching online beforehand are now teaching online. So you have a lot of people most likely pulling from that same campus internet feed. But yeah, they definitely, I was just kind of like amazed. I'm like one of the places that he sent, I was just like, why? It's like, why so much? And it's like a 1-bedroom. It's not even like, we're not talking about some big extravagant place. Like one of these places is $15.35 a month, and that's like the medium. Like there are some that were 1-bedrooms and higher. There were some that were 1-bedrooms and a little bit lower, but like nothing's under 12. And again, it's 1-bedroom, but it's on campus. It's like right there. The majority of his classes are like, the building that he goes to is like, you could spit on it, he swears. But yeah, I'm like, it's so expensive. I don't get it. How far, Tina, if you're still here, how far is Mount Rainier from Seattle or like, what is it, Spokane? I'm trying to think of where else I'm like more familiar with. 13 a month for a 1-bedroom, not campus, and watched 2 tweakers get shot and killed right off my back porch. I thought it was fireworks again, so I grabbed the back. That's crazy to me. About 4 hours from Seattle. Okay. That's still, you know what I mean? Like we have here, I can be in downtown Pittsburgh in, yeah, I can imagine. I definitely would have definitely would have moved as well. I can imagine that it would be like I can be in downtown probably by like, I don't know, maybe an hour and 5 minutes in downtown Pittsburgh from here. It's about 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 2:30 if it's like, if you have to go through rush hour or anything, if you leave at a certain time, to Columbus and to Cleveland, Ohio. And then I think, where is the other place that we're not that far from? I can't remember. Those 3 though, I know. And it's nice because if you have to, you can get to all the places. I can't just find my. Why are people so incredibly gross and just awful? Like, that's awful. That should never even, ever, 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 ever be a thing. Like, never, ever. Yeah. Tell him, Jenny. She's over here growling in her sleep. It should never be a thing. Oh, it makes me so mad. Hey, Yams. But yeah, like, why? And I say that knowing that I had a 2-bedroom on campus in college, and I want to say my half of the rent was like 8 something for a 2. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I would most definitely have probably been in the same situation. I mean, and it explains why you don't like to be anywhere near people. I mean, how do you can't blame somebody for that. That's why, I I don't know. Look at you. Yams, you cute. I am so I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. And then there's me. I'm not setting off any of our security system. My husband sets them all off, all of them. He sets every camera we have off. Most people do. I don't understand. Yeah, no, he didn't win. Not at all. Not at all. To me, because you're away, even if you get a little scared, like, to me, you still won because you're away, if that makes sense. So, exactly. You're not somewhere. He would have won if you would be somewhere where you didn't want to be at all, where you weren't happy. Yeah. We have the shotgun in my 9mm, but still, we just added the shotgun to our collection here in November, I think, and that was only because my dad was being extra. Oh, there it goes again. Is it going to come right back? Yep. Got to figure that out. That's so frustrating. And then I'm frustrated that it keeps happening, but then, like, if I was watching it, I would most definitely be frustrated whenever it goes off every time. Yeah, my dad was like losing it, so got a I don't know what it was. Browning pump action. Quite frankly, I don't know. I just know that it's basically my backup. No, I still like chocolate. I like chocolate and I like picking out my own for the guns. I would much rather do that. Yeah, that's it. No, nothing happened. Nothing happened, Yams. Um, but yeah, so let me see. How does that look? Blend that down a little. A little much. A little much. But yeah, if you were still somewhere where you didn't want to be, Tina, then if you didn't, you weren't happy at all, you didn't like where you lived, all of the things, then even then, like, I figure as long as he's not there with you, you're not forced to have him there with you, then you've won. At least in my eyes. So, yeah, I really like that. The things that you can do. Yes, it is a Canon. So I checked in the settings. I turned off the auto disable, maybe. See, everything happens for a reason, Tina. Everything. Everything always happens for a reason. Yeah. And I don't know, Shells, I'm not sure if it's like a setting in my EOS. Okay. Like to make it stop turning off through the web. What is this called? Web something. Web service registration tool is what you have to use along with EOS Utility 3. I don't know. They just added to where apparently it was like you had to do all kinds of like extra steps to be able to use it. That's the other thing because I have Big Sur. So that was the other thing that I thought could be the issue. I mean, it happens, it goes away for like 2.5 seconds. And then at least it comes back this time. Like before it didn't come back. I like that. I like how it's dark. And then like we're gonna deal with that. And then just go on the bottom. Yeah. These, which ones are these? See, I don't know if they still have a bunch of colors in these ones or if they've switched them all out for the Epic. Oops. The Epic Wear liner sticks. But NYX has these new ones. They're Epic Wear. They're really good too. They're like real creamy, kind of like they are basically, I would say they are the more easily available in stores near you version of the ColourPop gel liners. So, and they come in a bunch of different colors. So instead of having to wait like on a ColourPop order, which out of all the like colorful liners, I still have no brows. Oh my goodness. Did you take a before and after picture? Because you might not think you have brows, but you actually have a little bit of brows. But yeah, so these glide on, slide on pencils are like, they are super creamy. You're going to get them microbladed. I'm so afraid to get my eyebrows microbladed because, and I know that it wears off because of the like specific location and everything. I get it. Wears off. Okay. Not as fast. But like I keep thinking about what my brows looked like in like 2000 and then what they look like now 20 years later, 21 years later. And that's the thing, like I either change my mind or with my, like if I'm doing makeup in a certain way, sometimes I want, like if I'm doing like a really bold eye, then I do my brow a lot bolder because if not, it looks like out of place. If I do it, if I do my brow, like if I just do like regular everyday, like just basically throw some bronzer in my crease and then take my finger into a highlighter pan and then just tap it on my lid. If I do that, then I'm I don't like super like crazy brows. Like I just want like basically what I came whenever I first came on camera before I did and then now what I have done, and it does work really well, is I got a tinting kit, and the tinting kit worked really well. But yeah, if you're working with nothing, then yeah, that's different. That's not going to be the same type of situation. Like I have brows now. I swear, Yams, you have to just keep it. Yeah, Yams, the other day I had a very angry eyebrow. I don't know what I did to make her mad, but I was waiting at the bank for the teller to get done. I was waiting at the bank for the teller to get done with my transactions because again, I can't trust the stupid bank to actually, if I send in two payments, like we've sent in two payments electronically, we've sent in two payments via like check in the mail, and then we sent in and then I've gone in person and handed them two checks because we have four total like loan payments. So, two in the beginning of the month, two in the middle of the month, because that's just how they're set up. And wouldn't you know, all three different options that we have tried with this bank, at some point in time, they're stupid. They apply, like the 1 month, they applied the entire payment to our mortgage and then called us wondering where like our land payment was, or like where my husband's truck payment was, because instead of them putting, X amount of dollars and like they even give you these little like ticket things and they still couldn't figure it out. So yeah, so now I just go over twice a month. I drive over there and take care of it. So I was over there waiting. It's very annoying, especially because there's always this one lady, and it's as if she's never seen me before every time I go, whenever she takes care of me. And she will look at me and say, you don't have to write two checks out. You can write it all out in, like, just write it all out in one check, and then we'll just apply it to the right, like, to whatever your little tickets say. And I'm like, yeah, you would think, huh? Because that's how the real world should, like, that's how you should be able to do your job in that way. However, let's discuss this. No shit. I probably get her once every 3 times. Once every 3 times I go over there, she's this teller comes up, and once every 3 times we have to have this back and forth about how I could save myself the extra, 45 seconds of writing a second check. It's 2021. Everybody else gets paid electronically, automatic pay or like automatic debit, or they have like a website where you can just like go pay with your credit card or go pay with your debit card, whatever it may be. And once every 3 times, I have to explain to this woman why not only can the main branch, which is who would take care of it when we were in a like when we would mail it in or when we would do like the electronic, why they cannot manage to do any of the things. And then when she looks at me like, well, that's fine if that's the main branch though, like we can totally handle it. And whenever she kind of like looks at me like that, I'm like, and also you people, you cannot do it either. You cannot manage it either. And I'm right here and I write it all down. And I give you your own little tickets that you send me in the mail to give back to you. Yeah. What is that? Can't stand banks. Ugly eyebrows. Not much there. All over. And bald spots. I have random places where I have like, let's see. No, it's this one. So this one, if you look right up here, like the arch should be there, but it's very sparse. There's like almost nothing there. So I just have to kind of like fake it till I make it on that one. And then the fronts are very weirdly, my aunt tried to deposit cash. The bank refused it, told her they didn't know if it was drug money or not. I mean, she's a nurse. Okay. So a couple questions at that point is, I mean, is it not possible that she sold a car? Is it not possible? Yeah, I was going to say, I think that sadly, I think that where I live, they're kind of like, most likely it's drug money rather than thinking along the lines of most likely it's not. Pretty certain that they probably assume one over the other and just don't care. Residents going to have to pay her out. See? And that's the thing. Like, and we've been in situations. I really like how shiny that is. We've been in situations before where, for instance, we had to, like, we went to the bank, especially when we were remodeling, when we first bought this house and we were remodeling and everything and doing a lot of repairs. It was easier than having to write out a bunch of checks to like different places, especially because we worked with a couple of really good contractors who would kind of like let me, because I was like, listen, I'm like, I will see what I can find as far as like fixtures and things like that. If you can find me the same one for a better deal, then absolutely go ahead and get it at your cost. But if I can do it, then I want to get a deal. And I'm real big on like hunting for things, especially for this house, because we don't plan on being here forever. So I had told him all of that. So if he was going to get something at his cost, then we would just pay him, you know, for the materials and everything. We're frustrating. You see a lot of tips and single save up and takes the bank all at once. Tell her, asked her if she was a stripper and said that may not be the right bank for her. People are such assholes. My husband isn't a stripper and he always has ones from tips and things. So, not to mention the fact, sex work is still work. So there's that. Right. Exactly. Well, that's why they were saying people were all freaked out at the beginning of the pandemic because the Mint had like, see, and whenever I bartended, I always made good money in tips too. Like, I feel like it's something, I don't know. And then you wonder, like, okay, how have you never had like a bunch of like tips? Like, that would be my thing. Like, did you never work in any kind of service industry and the bank teller job is your first time that you're ever working with humans? Or maybe you just worked retail, I guess. I don't really know. All I do know is that that just seems pretty shitty to make assumptions. So let's see. What's lashes? Like trying to move. I always make jokes right back, especially when they think they're slick. It makes you feel real uncomfortable. Well, yeah, because I feel like whenever they say things like that, they're not saying things like that as a compliment. They're saying it as a like talking down to you sort of thing. Tina, before I forget, you can buy these online. Let me make it. You can buy them online too. I get them at Walmart. I think it's like $4 for how many? 14 shields. So a week. But you can even, like, I've even used one for one eye because I'm going to use this one for this eye over here for the Panthers. But this is also a way to fake a wing. And you would use this the same exact way that you would use, like, you can use a piece of tape. Elf sells these little pieces of tape where you can put them and they, like, you just peel them off and all you do, again, it's all about lining it up with that line. So you always want to make sure that, and that's how you know how long to make your eyebrow too, is to line it from your nose to underneath there to there. And then if you put that piece of tape, or any piece of tape, if you're going to use like regular Scotch tape though, make sure that you like take it, put it on the back of your hand a couple of times so it's not quite like completely sticky, because then you don't want to like pull it off. But you can do that, and hell, at that point, you just can go ham on, like, as long as you do it, because it'll always have the real sharp line here. You literally just have to like figure out how far out you want it to go from, and draw a line from that point down onto your lid. There's so many. That's one of the things that, like I said, I always thought whenever I was seeing like wing liner come back, and I tried it a bunch of times, I was like, oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. I could never get like the line straight. Oh my gosh. I couldn't do it on a bad day. Yams. Couldn't do it on a bad day. I wouldn't even know where to start. I still don't know how she gets it. I don't think, because I think I saw that you didn't even know that I was doing this. But you know how she is always pulling out that Natasha Denona palette that she loves so much? And it's disgusting. I was using this, and I still use this on days where I don't do like anything crazy. That's the difference in mine and hers. Because you don't dig your brush into any of those things. You don't take your fingers and like shove them into any of these like glitters. Like, you barely need, where am I at? Where am I at? I can't do this. I really cannot YouTube, you guys. You really barely need it to touch. And like, there's barely a mark in there. And let me do this. Where am I? Right here. Like, that's full. Yeah, this isn't the one that the dog ate. That one was one that was one of the larger sized ones. I didn't repurchase any of those, but it was more like one of the bigger palettes, but it was like the next size up from this. This one's like the next one. Oh my goodness. I should have been online already whenever, like streaming already whenever I did it. And it would have made for a great parody moment, because I was sitting here trying to do my stuff, trying to figure out the camera thing, like all the things. Okay. I'm going to use these pure. Which ones are these? These are with Raw Beauty Christy. Can't be bothered. I think these are like really nice and like extra. Come on. There you go. These are like really extra bossy. I had pulled out one of my finishing powders, and I was doing that, and then I was going to go ahead and go live, and I was having problems with my camera. I didn't pay attention. Wasn't paying attention in the slightest. It was upside down on my desk the entire time. I opened it up, wasn't paying attention again, and I went into the powder. And because I had the brush in one hand, and then I was messing with the mouse and looking at the screen, but I knew I needed to like just powder my face real quick. Wasn't paying attention at all. It was legit almost exactly like that time where she had like stuffs everywhere. Yeah, Pure has really good lashes, but they're stupid expensive. Like, these ones, if it didn't come in a kit with, like, I bought the whole bundle. So I got both the lashes and the palette. Had I not, I would not spend that kind of money on a lash. because it's not worth it. It's not worth it when you can go to like Walmart and get a thing of like Ardell Wispies for like, I think it's like three pairs of them for like $11. Or no, this is a 5-pack, 5 sets. These Demi Wispies, these are like my favorite everyday lashes. And if I'm doing like prom, I swear by anything ColourPop. They are the most consistent out of them and Manny, them and Lunar Beauty, and everything I have gotten. So I have all but 2 of his eyeshadow palettes. I have the blush palette. I have a highlighter. I have a lipstick. His lip glosses are my favorite. These ones are, you know, I think this was like, what, 40 something. But like ColourPop does like 9 p.m. palettes. Like this is the orange for the most part that I used. This is the orange palette. And I think these are 12 to $15 for this. And then Juvia's Place is like hit or miss. But then like ColourPop has like this one's Bare Necessities, it's called. And it's 35 pans. All like warmer neutrals here. And I want to say this one's like 20, 30, maybe $30, maybe $30, maybe more. But again, all consistent. So, okay, this is a good one here. And I'm like really awful at camera stuff. Okay. So where's my hand? Can't see. So, and again, I barely touch because you don't need to. Like, it's not patchy. They go on, put it in front of my face. There we go. They go on so easy. I literally, like, I don't know what people did that liked a lot of colors. Thank you. I don't know what people did that liked like a lot of, like, I always like color, like all colors and stuff. I don't know what people did before. Like, I don't know what I did before I had ColourPop as an option, because they have all the different, they come out with so much. That's the one problem. They come out with so much. And then things like my favorite lip liner, can't get it because it's been sold out and they don't restock. They're awful about restocks. That is their only negative, is that they suck at restocking their as soon as I am done with these things next week, Tina, I'll do one for you. We'll do those. We'll do real easy, do a brown one, and then do like more of like a black and gray, like one like a more warm smoky, and then one that's like more cool toned. But yeah, they come out with a new collection, it seems like every week. And there it goes again. There it comes back. The like I did get the Animal Crossing collection because I'm obsessed with that game. So I just got that. And then they had like the Baby Yoda, they had, and listen, I was just talking to, I think it was Aaron this morning about Wet n Wild and e.l.f. I don't think I have any Wet n Wild shadows, but these little guys from e.l.f., they're little tiny ones that they have. These are, I think, $3. Very amazing. Like, and they have a couple of them. Like, this is just neutral colors in it. Let me put this lash down before I go and like touch it. So that and that. So just that brown. Put it back down. That brown and that like shimmery color. So the brown and the like, look at that. That's $3. My favorite, the foundation I'm wearing right now is $4.99. It's Wet n Wild. Where is it? Just had it on my desk here. Bingo. It's the Photo Focus Dewy. Come on. See, not a YouTuber. There we go. That one. $4.99. And then e.l.f. has, they have a good foundation that I really like too. But honestly, I have a mixture of Cover FX. I have 2 Cover FX colors. I have like the darkest, and then I have the lightest, I think, of the Cover FX foundation. I have like 3 shades of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have like 4 or 5 shades of the Wet n Wild Dewy. And I have 3 different shades, undertones, and everything of the e.l.f. in my kit that I take. Because these ones are, A, they're good enough to use on their own. B, they work with just about everybody. And they're not stupid expensive either. So I don't think that you have to spend an insane amount of money to be able to like get any kind of certain look. For the most part, a lot of the stuff that I like the most is, I would say, under $20, because I don't like spending a whole lot of money myself. I don't like spending a whole lot of money on myself anyways. Get off my finger. But yeah, I don't really know what you're called. It is, there are so many. I have, like, right now I'm dealing with some pretty severe anemia, apparently. Normally, I am, because I'm Greek. Okay, I don't have, did I not? Nope. I must have like just sat that there, and I don't have any mascara on. Right. Do you like the diamond painting? What? What did I do? I just don't like, especially, well, and this is the thing. Why do you have to spend more money on something if you can get the same exact thing cheaper? If that, like, I don't understand why anybody would go out of their way, like, especially with quality. The like my big, oh, I'm out of focus again. Okay. My, like, that bigger all matte Natasha Denona palette, it's one of my least favorites that I have. It's probably in my bottom 5, maybe bottom 10. Yeah. And for the most part, like you're paying, like I have a couple of more high-end foundations. I still prefer my $4.99 foundation because it looks good. I don't have to use a whole lot. Like I literally just went and then was done. Like I took the paddle, knocked it off twice. My Jordan collection is my emergency fire lit. Sounds like my little sister. She has a bunch of sneakers. Well, she used to. I don't know if she still is as like crazy about her sneakers as she was. That mascara is $4.99. Yeah. I get real irritated about like my sneakers. I keep having the hardest time because every time I don't wear sneakers a whole lot. I either wear my boots, and I've also worked at home for 6 years basically. So I don't have to like leave my house every day. So for the most part, I wear like flip-flops daily, all day long. And because I'm in my house. But I wear sneakers every once in a while. I have a couple pairs, like in the summertime, I'll do flip-flops or like Sperry's. I have a pair of like flat little, like smaller tennis shoes, like flat sneakers almost. And then in the wintertime, because I have an issue with melty snow and will constantly fall and bust my ass, I in the wintertime I usually just wear my boots. So I because of that being a thing, I don't buy tennis shoes very often either, because why? Well, what ends up happening is every flippin' time I go to get, like, say I'm like, oh, I need a new pair of tennis shoes. These ones are worn out because my left ankle, when I was in high school, I had to have my ankle reconstructed. And so now I kind of like walk on, like almost like on this part of my foot. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get, I should have used that crappier mascara. This one, it curled it too much. And now I just got stuck. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so then I'll go and get my tennis shoes, my favorite tennis shoes, and Adidas will have discontinued them. Because why the hell wouldn't they? Every time. Every single time, it never fails. 10 screws, 2 plates that make my right ankle joint. From 8th grade from 8th grade until my senior year, I basically walked with like no ligaments in my left ankle. I just always thought that I twisted my ankles. My dad had bad ankles, so I was like, okay, that's why. Like I just picked up that shit from him. Great. Add it to the list of things that I'm so grateful for my genetics for. And then finally I was like in my senior year and I had gone to a new doctor and they were like, what is going on here? And they saw that I had the brace on it. Oh my goodness. They saw that I had the brace on my ankle and they were like, what's going on? So they did an x-ray and they were like, okay, that's weird. Apparently I had a good bit of whatchamacallit. I had a good bit of like erosion or something. And whenever I did that, they were like, well, that's not normal. And ended up ordering an MRI. And then they were like, there's literally nothing in there that's holding your foot down or holding your leg, like your skin's holding your foot together to your leg. So how did you do that? That's what I would love to know. Because that sounds, oh, that's great. I just got eyelash glue in my damn, whatchamacallit. Yeah, how in the world was that? Like a I fell? Was that a I tripped? Because like I know what mine was. Mine was I danced and landed incorrectly over and over and over and over and over again. So when I car wreck, almost same car wreck, almost took the heater vent out of the dash with my face. My foot was between the brake and the gas pedal. Oh my God. That's one of my biggest fears is that I'm going to be in a car accident and when I'm in a car accident that I'm going to get like pinned somehow in the car. Oh my gosh. Dude. And you say he's far, far away now? That's good. Good for you. That's just like all, like, it's ridiculous for him to have done it. Any of it. However, the fact that you got out, exactly why I will not learn to drive. Come on now. You can get hit by a car if you're walking on the side of the road, EMs. Like, you do know that, right? That's a thing. People get hit by cars too. What are you going to do? At least then, if something ever happens to you, you can get the hell out. Like, you can, like, get in the car if it's an emergency. See? And even so, even if that wasn't the case, Tina, which I'm so sorry that was where, like, that you were at that point with that just makes me so mad at him. Thanks, Evie. Welcome. I'm so mad that he had gotten you to that point instead of him just like going the hell away. But like, that's still not a thing. Like, that's not like a everybody, like, it's not like a rite of passage. Like getting a speeding ticket might be a rite of passage, EMs. Like, hitting a tree head on is not a, like, that's not a everybody has to do it type of thing. So just so we're clear, Tina, I'm so glad that you are where you are now and happy and safe. Even if you are in the middle of nowhere, where I would be losing my mind. Yeah. Isn't that nice how the people that are like you had no choice over who raised you or anything like that. And then it has so much impact over so many different things. You buy some eye primer. No, it does need to be talked about, especially because of the fact, like it needs to be talked about for the simple fact that people tend to think either A, that their situation isn't as important, or they don't realize that they're on a trajectory to where it's going to get them to a different place altogether that they would never like think that they could go or that they could end up at. I cannot use the camera. And you do need to buy some eye primer, Evie. Because especially if you want to ever have anything that stays. But yeah. Mostly imaging I think it's worse when you try to throw me out of a right. Don't let anyone ever silence you ever unless you get four cease and desists. Right. 100%. That's when you should probably be like, is it really this important? Like, is what I feel like I have to say, is that important? And if it is that important, go outside, find one of your neighbors that probably don't like you either. Like, just go outside, find somebody, call a friend, like step away from a camera. Oh my goodness. That's funny. But yeah, people need to know kind of what, especially like people that they're like, oh, it's for the Broncos. Does it work? Yeah, well, most people, if they get a C and D, they don't ignore it. Thank you. I like it because it has the shiny wing liner that changes. Like I said, these lashes, they're like, I like them though because they're like real piecey. So when you put them, like whenever I put them on and like look straight ahead, you can still see, like you can still see any detail on the thing. I need to trim them for next time I use them. Right. Right. Most people, I mean, literally, most people, I don't, or like they either don't think it's a joke or they might like be like, oh, whatever, and do whatever it is, you know what I mean? Or even if you argue it a little bit, because there are situations where, you know, I mean, like you'll get like a C and D and you'll be like, you've got to be kidding me right now. How do you clean falsies between uses? So a couple of different ways you can, okay, Yams. So you can, I use my eye makeup remover. I'll take that and like 2 of my little cotton pads, or I have like my reusable ones that I'll use. And then I just kind of like put it in between, let it sit there, and it'll help like get like any of the like the liner, if like sometimes I'll have to like go back over the liner, especially because lashes are like my least favorite thing to do. And they're very hard. Like they're not easy. The only thing I can say that makes them easier is, of all people, for years I always struggled with lashes, but I had watched a Tati video years ago, and she had said to get a mirror, and instead of holding it here and then putting your lashes on like this, to hold it down here, and then you look down, because if you're holding it right below like your face and you're looking down, you can see exactly where the like band should be placed almost. Like you can almost exactly see it. So then I just take either my fingers, or I have this that came with like a random like brown lash kit, or had like it had all the things, and it had a bunch of different like tools, tweezers. You have a pair of scissors, pair of other tweezers, but this is like a placer, and I like it because it's pressure. So you squeeze it, but whenever you're not touching it, so I can take it and like sit it on top of something, and it holds the lash up off of like the table so that they can dry for a little bit. And you just let them dry for like 30 seconds. And then I try to stick it down in the middle first, but sometimes like with these ones, I wasn't sure if they were going to be too short, too long, and I didn't measure them before. So I started over here and like tried to set them down there, and then kind of like went across. But usually if you can just drop them right at your lash line in the middle, then you can take even like your fingertips and like you can just pull them down and put them down. Yeah, this, I want to say, I'll see if they have some of them, because the reason I like this one though is, like I said, it holds them instead of, bingo. So like this one I got from AOA, and the issue that I have with it is that when you're not squeezing it, it's like this. So you have to hold it like a pair of tweezers. You have to hold the lash in there. Yeah, you can use tweezers too. Like you really don't need something extra. This literally I was in a hurry. I think I was going somewhere to do makeup maybe, and I knew I needed tweezers, and I knew I needed an eyelash curler, and I just like ran into Walmart and got like a little jack of all trades kit, and then tossed it into my bag, and that was it. And this, like, I took it for myself because I like it that much, and then went and got a different one for my kit. How about pliers, right? I mean, whatever works. Whatever works. But I also like it because then I can take this and I put it like right, and you can even kind of like use it to like squish them together with your real lashes. And it like it, I mean, it's pretty strong. So it holds on to them pretty well. All right, we are on to, I can sit here and talk all day. And I have to help Charlotte at, I can't tell. I never can tell what time it is. I'll just have to go look. I think it's 5 o'clock my time. And then I'll probably take all my makeup off and start over to get 2 more done. Maybe I'll just do them while she's doing it. I don't know. Let's see. I needed to do, okay, so we're going to do Carolina Panthers. We are going to use a lot of the Warrior 3. But this is Denver Broncos. 5 our time. Yes. Okay. Good. But yeah, so back to what I was saying, don't let anybody silence you because you matter. And what you don't realize, somebody else might be going through the same damn thing and they don't even realize that they are not alone. And that's a big damn deal. I love this. My best friend got it for me. It's Big Turbis tumbler. And it says, oh, nope, not today, and has a sloth. I do love a sloth. Not like Kristen Bell loves a sloth, but I do love how cute he is. He's real cute. Real cute. So let's see. I knew I needed that. So for this one, what do I need? I need the light blue. I can get real fancy with this one if I really wanted to, because I have in my Halloween stuff, I even have blue eyelure lashes that I got randomly. Yeah, that's the thing, because you don't know. And some people think that they're either overreacting or they think that, or they've been gaslit, or they have been in a situation long enough to where like they just don't have a clue that what they're dealing with isn't normal. I mean, it's not normal, but still. So for this one, I need black, ice blue, and more silver. I cannot get away from blue, cannot get away from silver, cannot get away from black. Black, ice blue, and silver. All right, so we are going to pull out for this one. Oh my gosh, I could have just hung up on you all. We are gonna, okay, so we got Warrior 3 because I really like this color. It looks like Gola, and I like the middle silver. Jesus, left and right. Everything's backwards. There's got to be a way for me to put, like, to reverse, maybe somehow for me to, like, reverse my screen. And then it looks like Karama. And I actually really like Congo. So, like, those 3 bottom colors are going to be, I think they'll be good for the Panthers. Okay, so there are a lot of different ways. Look, there are a lot of different ways that you can get involved. Think of it kind of like getting involved with Alcoholics Anonymous. So there are support groups on, right, that's what I thought too, Shells. There are support groups, because I'm not going to use a whole lot of black. But there are support groups. There are like even like Facebook groups. Down for a second, coming right back. Yeah, you have Facebook groups. You have like local support groups. If you like know where I know it's very frustrating. Like I said, it's very frustrating for me. So I cannot apologize enough. There's got to be a way, because I've looked at all the settings and the only thing I can think of is to do like maybe like just do an unlisted live and have it going and like just change a setting every time until it stops doing it. That's all I got. That's all I got right now. But you can look into, so you can call your local police department or like your sheriff's department even and ask them in particular. You can ask them, say, hey, do we have a specific DV shelter? There could be like, here we have both a shelter and they have like, they'll even take like when my mother-in-law passed away, we donated all of her clothes and everything, because what they do is part of the things that the girls have to like do, like they have chores and stuff like that at the shelter, and then they get like points, I guess, and then they use the points and they can like buy perks, or they can go shopping in the like store. So it helps, especially for those that like have to like GTFO, skedaddle in the middle of the night, like could basically grab themselves, maybe their kid, and like that's it, and then they have to like make a run for it. They can like basically buy all of those things from the shelter, and then when they are able or ready to leave, they're basically fully outfitted. So it's a really cool program that they have started there. But you can volunteer to like help out with them. But the other thing is even just seeing if there is anything you can do as far as like being involved with, not like counseling, but like a not all do the chores and point, right? That I was just saying ours does. That's what ours does here. The one that's here like in town, the one that's in like my hometown, they do not do like the chores and point system at all. They don't do, I don't know all about their programs up there. I just know that like when I was trying to find a place to take like all of my mother-in-law's things, and she had a lot of things, and a lot of it, she thought that she was like a teenager. So a lot of it was like younger looking. A lot of it was like business attire. The woman like never worked. So I was trying to find a good place to like take it so that, and I didn't want it to be like I didn't want it to be like Goodwill. Like Goodwill, I won't donate to. I refuse to donate to Goodwill because I don't want them. I feel like they aren't as helpful as they probably can be. That's just me. It's probably just me, but like, and I know like their CEO, they had released numbers where their CEO had been making like a lot of money. Right. Yeah. Business attire, it was a big thing. And she had like Hillary Clinton closet full of like pantsuits. And because my mother-in-law had bipolar along with other things, and it was, my father-in-law wasn't the best at, like they didn't do a whole lot, especially quote unquote back then. They didn't do a whole lot for, like they didn't talk about it, they hid it, things like that. Yeah, and that's the thing. They don't donate. Their CEO makes entirely too much money, and then I give them something for free. Say it's a pair of jeans. You do not need to charge $12 at the Goodwill for a damn pair of jeans when you can go to Walmart and buy a jean, like buy a pair of jeans for $12 basically, or you can save $2 more and get it from there, and they're brand new. They perfectly fit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just really made me angry. And then that was the other thing. So the Goodwill in my hometown, they had I think it was the sheltered workshop that would go, and they would work there, like sorting clothes, folding clothes, like all the different things. I'm like trying to think of what I want to do with this eye. They like did all the different things there, and when they were working and doing all these things for them, they didn't have to pay like somebody full-time monies, but they did not do like they only paid them. It might I don't remember what the hourly was, but I know it was well under like $5, and that was that would have been bad news bears. I must went right in. Levi's gets sold back to the outlet. Tiffany lamps and items of value go on eBay. See, that's bullshit. So I will like I always try and find a more niche place to I always try and find a more niche place to make donations to. Somewhere, for instance, that I know more about it, and it's not like a conglomerate. I do always donate to the Salvation Army though, because they, from everything that I have found in like my research throughout the years, they're like the lessest of, yeah. So there are a couple of those in Wheeling the Homeless Outreach Programs. We have a couple of those that we need things for randomly. There is I already said the Battered Women's Shelter. I want to say that they just opened. Well, I know we have a unwed mothers. Yeah. Unwed and single, or underage and unwed, maybe mothers. Yes. So we have that program. However, I believe, because they're also tied in with, like they also offer, on top of those things, they also offer like mental health services. So they will, like, they have different incomes. They're both like part of their company, or part of their organization is like nonprofit, part of it's for profit, I think. But so I don't normally use them. But yeah, there are a couple of different homeless shelters there. Like I said, like the Salvation Army, like the Salvation Army, I'm more apt to give dollars to usually than things or clothes or anything, just for the simple fact, like I feel like we have a couple of other places that could use like clothes and stuff more. I don't put them in those crates anymore because somebody had told me, and it might not be true, but somebody had kind of like told me that they were like, people would take the stuff out of those, like the I don't know if everybody has them, but we have like these big, almost look like dumpsters, and like people will throw like bags of clothes and stuff for donations, and then supposedly somebody comes then and gets it and takes it. But I feel like I'd heard that that was shady AF, and that there was something else being done with that. So that was enough for me. I was like, no, thank you. I'm gonna pass on that. I'll pass on that one. I know in Los Angeles County, you guys have a pretty large homeless population. I can't imagine. I know we have some, but yeah, I thought so. Well, and this was something about and again, you know how things, it's kind of like the QAnon crap. You know how things like get started and then they keep on keeping on with it. Bring this down a little bit further. But they I had heard somehow they come and they get it and it doesn't go anywhere near like any of the places in the past because they got stuck. Who was it? Oh my God, there was just a case that I had been talking about that was with the guy and he was real bad. Rules, you might know which one I'm talking about. Actually, somebody might. It was a guy. I feel like it was an unsolved mystery case. Something about the guy, he was like he got like lost easily, things like that. And then ended up was it in the dumpster or in the, where they take the dumpsters, where they take the trash? Landfill. Somebody has to know what case I'm talking about. I know I'm not imagining this. No, if that's that. But yeah, that was what they said had happened. He wasn't homeless. However, he had gotten, it should go to me and be sorted and distributed to the store. Yeah, it was an unsolved mystery. I want to say it was season 1. Yeah, it was a real case. I remember it because they said that it was the guy, I want to say it might have been the guy that had something to do with the neighbor. Like he went far away. It was the weirdest case. And I've read a lot of weird cases. Yeah, that the guy that was the gentleman that worked for the sanitation department had specifically said, case on unsolved mystery. I'm writing myself a note. He had specifically said that they would go and like bang bang on all of the like dumpsters and like lift up the thing, and then even when they would like put the thing in, maybe it was another case, but like they said something like even whenever they put the little thing in to like lift the dumpster up, that they would like specifically kind of like almost like take their time because like people would just pop out. But yeah, that's how he ended up in the dump, or in the dump. Yeah, he ended up in the dump. So I don't remember. I feel like this color is more, yeah. They're supposed to, but not all do. Yeah. Yeah, this guy was like, he was kind of new too, and he had specifically like said like nobody told him that was the thing. It like his guy that was training him, they said like nobody had told him it was a thing. So he didn't know. And then they came up to a dumpster and somebody was in it and they like screamed like basically like, what the hell? What are you doing? Because he didn't like give him warning to get back out or something. And it scared the bejesus out of him. So he said, he was like, I'll never not like check. So I'm like, okay. Makes sense. I get that. Yeah. It was scary. I wish that I could remember the name, or even if it was like season 1 or season 2, that would be nice if I could remember that much. Okay. Stay still. Nope. Put that. Yeah, I love. I feel weird saying. I always feel weird when people are like, "What do you this, that, and the other?" I'm like, I currently I am doing this, legal contract here. I am. Might have been. It sounds like it. That does sound like his name, Jack Wheeler. I'm going to write it down. And if that is the guy, I'll link like the Unsolved Mysteries wiki. I'll link it so that people can go and read about it, because it's pretty crazy the way that whole situation worked. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, it was crazy the way that all happened. Because it was like real weird. But like nobody thought it was weird that he got confused and kind of like wandered. I don't remember. And I remember thinking, because they said something about him getting lost often. And often he would come home in an Uber or a Lyft, because he often forgot where he parked his car. And there was something about the fact that I don't know if they were thinking, like if somebody had speculated, like either on Reddit or on like some other true crime show, or even on that one. But I feel like there was speculation that he had possibly been like some kind of government agent. There was some kind of situation. Maybe I think that the neighbors, if I'm not mixing a bunch of different cases together, I feel like there's something that has to do with his neighbor, where there might have been a bomb or a fire set, and his phone might have been found there. Briefcase might have been found there. It was very sad, but it was also like real weird. Really, really weird how everything kind of worked. And like, I remember thinking that there was so much presidential aid. Yeah. I knew it was something like he had worked for the government, but I feel like was he retired? Or at least he might have been retired from his like his job. Maybe not. But yeah, there was something about like the neighbor and him had gotten into it, or the neighbor's house had caught on fire, and it was weird the way that had happened. Okay, so this shadow, while it goes on okay with a brush, I have a feeling, yeah, it's much better with a finger. These the Juvia's Place shadows are like real pretty, and the shimmers are really amazing, but they do work much better with like your finger instead. He was bipolar and acting strange, but he also looked really distressed and like he was being followed. Like they said that he had spent almost the entire night or something in a random office building. Again, could be getting the like two things and mixing them up, or like mixing them kind of like together. People had tossed smoke bombs in the house that was under construction. And wasn't there something to where they thought it might have been him? Because his cell phone was found there, right? Why do I feel like there was a cell phone in a briefcase? Let me see. Went to check and saw signs that the house had been broken into. See, this is kind of like true crime and makeup time, or like Bailey's murder mystery makeup Monday only. Instead of me actually doing research, I'm pulling a KJ and just letting my audience do it for me. How about that? How about that, guys? Number one, to check and saw the signs the house has been broken into. Yeah, I am. Because I feel like his family is like, something's up. Like, this was not a like normal situation. I think. Just like to get that line all chilled out. It's definitely an icy blue. My phone is messing up. I'm still here though. Okay. I don't even know. Oh, I see. There are 7 people. That's exciting. Shit, link me. I'll call you and read the shit. Don't know. Okay. Copy. Does that work? Having trouble connecting. Why? Okay, let me try this. Let's go in here. In here. Pull a KJ. Go in here. Look at that. It's like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to have to... Give me a second. Because now I am going to have this. Hold on. Or else it'll never... Okay. Come on. Connect. P2. Didn't dox yourself. You're just fine. Right. I'm like audio. Default. Good to
go. Okay. Right. Yeah, I didn't show you guys. See, I managed to do, that's the one thing. Like, I might not be able to, like, figure out, like, which side is which, like, left or right, because, you know, I'm not backwards. I might not be able to show you my wrist tattoo because my arm isn't, like, I'm not Gumby and just can't. I might not be able to make my camera stay on for, like, an extended period of time without shutting off every once in a while. However, I can manage to not, like, show my email and things like social media logins and sock accounts. Yeah, all the things. So and that's the thing, like, I wish that I could figure out how to, like, flip it so it's not backwards. It says devices are not connected. You need to connect a microphone at least. Okay. Add to stream.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can everybody hear her?
Probably.
Wait and make sure. Yeah, that's good. You're backwards to your receipts from certain. Exactly. Okay. Just wait for one person to tell me yes, that they can hear you.
Awesome. Unfortunate for them, but good.
No. Yep. Shell says yes, you're good.
All
We
right.
love listening to you. Yeah, so the case is, you said Jack Wheeler, right?
It's Jack Wheeler, yes.
Okay.
No, I remember watching that one. That's actually one of the cases that was the most disturbing to me, just because anyways. So he was 66 years old. Like I said, he was a presidential aide.
Was he actively working, or, like, wasn't he getting ready to retire, or they
let me read it. So Jack Wheeler, 66, worked for 3 presidential administrations, was special assistant to what?
They said that they love your voice.
Oh, my accent. Yes, thank
Yep.
you. Secretary of the Air Force, served in the office of the Secretary of Defense, and blah, blah, blah. So on December 25th, he and his wife spent Christmas with their family at their condo in New York. On the 28th, he catches a train to Washington, D.C., where he works with a defense contracting company.
Okay.
He sent emails from his phone.
From Washington, D.C.
Yes, he sends emails from his phone through the day. So as he was riding the train, I do remember that from watching the episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
So late that night on the 28th, the neighbor hears an odd sound outside and sees the silhouette of a man near a house under construction across the street. And then he sees smoke coming from the property.
Okay.
So 911 is called. There's no damage, but they do find a cell phone, which is, Jack Wheeler's cell phone.
Right.
The thing is, the next morning on the 29th, John, or Jack, whatever, Mr. Wheeler calls, emails his employer reporting that his home has been burglarized and that his cell phone, badge, key fob, and briefcase are missing.
That's where the briefcase came in. I knew there was something with a briefcase, and I
Yeah.
could not figure that out. Thank goodness. Okay, now I don't feel like I'm going crazy. Keep going.
Yeah. So that, and then blah, 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 blah. Where was I can't focus. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. At 6 p.m. that night, he walks into a pharmacy just blocks from his Newcastle house. So I'm assuming that's in Delaware. Okay. So he walks into the pharmacy, and I remember from that episode that he was well known
Right,
in
because
his hometown.
He picked up his prescriptions at that pharmacy in particular often, didn't he?
Yeah. That's where he went to get his meds, and he was known from the people there, and he was friendly with people, and people thought that he looked disoriented, that he looked confused. And so he went in there and he asked for a ride because he didn't know where his car was and everything.
Which they said was something that happened to him often. And I'm thinking, like, right? I'm thinking, like, what year was this?
That was in 2010.
Oh, 2010. That's right. Because it wasn't even that. That was why I was like, wait a second. I'm like, how do they not have, especially like he works for the Department of Defense.
Mm-hmm.
So you work for the Department of Defense. You would, I would imagine, have more access to like certain types of technology. I don't know, if I knew one of my employees, if I had a bunch of technology in the Department of Defense and I knew one of my employees was constantly losing their car, like I think that, and it was like causing problems, like I need to find a yard, like I need to find a car, I need to find a ride, like I'm going to be late for work, or you know what I mean? Like, don't you think that you would get him something to find his car?
Mm-hmm.
Like, always find your car?
Yeah. No, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then so he asked the pharmacist for a ride, and the pharmacist was like, "Well, no, I'm fucking working.
Right.
I can take you, but I can
Can't do
call
it.
you a cab," which he said no. And at that point, I know he kind of wandered into the store a little bit, and he was talking with people. And it came out from the footage that we saw, he spoke with a man and they left together. So the theory was that this man had drove him to the Wilmington parking garage where he said his car was, but he was still, there's 40 minutes between when the pharmacist calls and when he's seen at the garage. And
Doesn't it take that long to get there, or no?
It doesn't say here.
I mean, I'm asking you
Let me Google it.
You were the actual like investigator on the case. Like, why don't you know? Evie, why don't you know? Why don't you know? Why don't you know how long it took from the pharmacy to Wilmington? Like, you should know that. Even if you shouldn't.
Let me see. So, let me check. So, Newcastle, Delaware to Wilmington. But I think they did talk about it in the episode, and it wasn't that long to get from one place to the other. I want to say it was like 20 minutes or something, or 15 minutes, but my memory is not to be trusted when it comes to that. But
right.
All right, let me open
the map. Regardless, it was still odd. Like, he didn't have his car. He's asking perfect strangers. I feel like there was something more that they had randomly said about the stranger being like he was shady too, maybe, or something. I don't know, but I just know it was like really odd. Like, they were like, why?
Yeah, and when he
Like the Y
gets,
cat. Why?
yeah,
Why?
it's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes from one place to the other by
Oh,
car.
okay.
It's 6.3 miles. So
Okay.
why did it take 40 minutes? Who knows, right?
Right.
If I look, he couldn't have walked there because it would take him 2 hours,
Okay.
according to Google. So,
No, the Googles don't lie.
yeah.
They
So
do
in
not
those
lie.
40 minutes, we have no idea what happened. Next thing we know, he's speaking with the attendant at the parking garage, and he's looking completely lost, and he has like one shoe on, and his other shoe is in his hand, I think, or he doesn't have it, period. It's not there. And he tells the attendant about his briefcase that was stolen and everything. And
Allegedly.
yeah, that's what he says. He says, "Oh, my briefcase was stolen, and I can't find my car," and he's just completely lost. And the next morning, his neighbor, he noticed that there was a window open at their house, and he investigated a little bit, and it was the back door, I think. He went in and he saw that there were signs of burglary. Chairs were knocked over, broken dishes everywhere. And he called.
I get like secret agent man vibes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
something,
It's
like
a
there's
setup.
something shady, shifty. Like maybe he was drugged. They knew that he had bipolar, so they knew that he could, and because he was so flighty anyways, like they'd be like, they'll never know
Yeah. Yeah.
that
No,
something actually was wrong, that he didn't just wander,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah. No, it's super weird. Super, super weird. And pretty much they couldn't reach him, and then of course they started looking for him, and 2 days later or 3 days later, I'm not sure, I think it's 2 days later, that's when his body was found, when the garbage truck went to the landfill and started dumping out its content.
Yeah.
And it's just
It was definitely super sus.
it's weird as hell. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's bipolar, sure, all right, but I don't believe in coincidences. I've said that before, and like,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna tell me that the night where he has to leave randomly, it just so happens that some people throw smoke bombs across the street.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would be a perfect occasion. Like, you throw that shit there, and then you wait out back while people are busy across the street, and then you go in or whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's very suspicious.
Yeah. That's just. Yeah. Um. It just, the whole thing from start to finish never made sense as far as who did what, like, who was involved, who wasn't involved, if the guy was sick or if he was off his meds, or because you know how like sometimes if you get sick and you're on your medication, like it can even make, like, it can affect the way that your meds are processed and things like that too. So it was like there were all these different options, but then the other option that you always had, especially when you have somebody that works in the Department of Defense as an aide, like, could have been the guy that he ended up getting a ride with. Maybe he had dropped him off 15 minutes before, but then somebody else had followed him and
Mhm.
like drugged him. Then that's why it took him another, 15 minutes or so to get to another 15 minutes or so to get to the actual like parking garage. That could be why he was so disheveled and why he was so out of it. Like they could have given him something. That's why I'm always like, especially with that one, because it involves the government, and why wouldn't you automatically go to a possible conspiracy theory when it comes to the US government? Because Jesus, it's a hot mess. It really is.
Yeah. No, it's strange. It's definitely strange. And I mean,
Yeah.
the guy worked for 3 freaking different presidents.
Right. And that
He had
was
some information. He had some,
one of
you
them
know.
was like a wasn't at least one of them was like a 2-term president. So that means that he had been there.
Well, he worked for Reagan and the 2 Bushes, I think. Let me see.
Reagan and both Bushes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just click back on my link there. Yeah, he was presidential aide to Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, that dude had some information for sure. And
yeah, 100%. I don't know. I don't know what happened. All I know is that it was 100% sus. And his family like thought it was odd. I feel like I had read somewhere where they basically had like shut down any discussion. They shut down any discussion of like an investigation. Like they basically just kind of like, they're like, oh, you just wandered away. And that's why the family has been so upset. Like I feel like they just didn't take it seriously enough to where they didn't really care. Or it wasn't even they didn't care. Maybe they just didn't want it known. Shady AF.
Yeah, it's very sad, especially because he seemed to be such a it seemed like he was so friendly and everybody loved him. Like everybody that was talking on that episode was just speaking of him very highly. So
yeah,
yeah,
he definitely wasn't like somebody that the town was like, oh, thank God that guy's gone. Like, oh well, you know, he was like always in trouble, or you know what I mean? Like he wasn't the town drunk that was always in trouble with it, where like shopkeepers were like, yeah, well, whenever he just didn't come back.
And there's really no reason why, you know,
why he
somebody who was getting in trouble. He wasn't a drug dealer. He wasn't nothing like that. So I mean, and he did rule his death and homicide. So,
which is, you know, I mean, we'll put it this way: the way that things go nowadays, I mean, that's at least a plus. So I would at least like that. Everybody loves your accent. I'm just now seeing that there are a bunch of things. Sexy voice.
No.
Yep. Sorry, that's just listen. Everybody has a cross to bear. Everybody has a cross to bear. This is going to be worse for this right now. I mean, I'm sure that if they could see your beautiful face, then you know you begin that too. You just are gonna have to deal with it. I mean,
I'll deal.
It is what it is. What it is.
Yeah. No, it's very sad. But more than that one, the one that really bothers me as well is the hairdresser, Patrice.
With the little boy and
her fucking husband. Yeah. Weirdo husband that slept with the fucking urn next to him in bed, according to what he says. That one is
fucking weirdo.
That one is bad.
That one was awful because that, like, I felt so bad for that boy because he was just little. Like, I mean, not little. Even if he was like, I feel like he might have been 13, maybe 15.
No, he was like, I think he was something.
Or
I
9?
think he was 8. No, I think he was 18 because
18?
He kicked him out. He was like, well, your mom isn't there anymore. He changed the locks and he was like, be gone. because
Right, but he said that he had I think he was under 18, and I think,
Let me see.
yeah,
I'll look it up.
Google that one now too.
I'll look
You're just gonna be, how about this? I will just have you come in. You can just chill out with me, and every time I'm like, I don't know what to do. Go ahead.
it
See, maybe KJ should just like have like Jessie Bear do that
Yeah.
instead. Like have her just sit there like ready and waiting to just do all the Googling.
But then people would start paying attention to Jessie. That wouldn't work. That would not fly. You know that.
I knew there was going to be a flaw in my plan. Knew it.
Yeah. So he was pistol. How old was he? First client, blah blah. Let me see. My God, that case on the wiki is huge. They have a big old text there. It's pretty insane. So let me Patrice, blah 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 blah.
There is as interesting as milk toast. Jessie Bear is as interesting as milk toast.
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't know what milk toast is. So I feel like this is going to be the Sasquatch all over again. Is that a real thing? Oh my goodness. I had no clue.
It could be. It could be. Listen, I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist just because, the fucking ocean.
I keep going like this, thinking like that's where I need to be.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff at the bottom of the ocean that we've never seen and we know nothing about, so I'm not gonna say that.
It's a way of saying she's bland.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
this
facts
is the
right
thing.
There.
Your first language is French, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently my first language is not English because sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And normally I would be like good. But then I don't know. I think it's the whole like meeting more people outside of like my area that the like what is it called? Like figures of speech are much more different.
Yeah, well, that's what I struggle with as well. Idioms and figures of speech and expressions and all that. Those are a little bit harder to figure out sometimes. But considering,
I can imagine that would be.
But considering that on the daily, I speak English more than I do French on the daily, so I'm getting there, but that's definitely something that I struggled with a little bit.
Well, I can imagine that would be, especially if you're taught like certain words mean certain things, but then whenever somebody says it in a certain context, it means different. It means something different altogether.
Yeah. Well, the way I learned English also helped me because what I did, I was in high school. I was in the English immersion program, so that was fun. But how I learned was that I would watch TV with a French English dictionary next to me, and anytime a word I heard I didn't recognize, I would write it down, and during the breaks I would look it up.
Oh, that's super smart.
Yeah, so that's how
culture language learning.
Yeah, so that's how I learned English. That helped, I guess, just because I heard so much of it.
Urban Dictionary is the other thing.
Yep, Google is.
I've learned, I never used to need Urban Dictionary. And then I got old. And there are things that...
You didn't get old. It's just
there are things that like Double D was saying, I'm like, I don't know. Or like his dad, oh shit, I missed this whole thing. Work's been ugly this morning. Hi Kai, I'm sorry it's work's been that bad. We were talking about nothing. And then we were talking about true crime. But I can't even remember what I just spent the first 2 hours of this stream even talking about. I literally, but my eyes are almost done. I just have to put mascara and lashes on, and then we'll have 2 more teams. Yay. So that'll make a total of 6. Well, that's much better. Boo, hi Kai. Yeah, the Urban Dictionary now has sadly become a necessity. However, apparently I am just like super dumb, or maybe it's because I'm so used to email, or like when I text, I have to like I have to shorten things down, or like if I send a tweet out, like I have to go back through and like switch out like certain words or verbiage to make it all fit because I use too many words. Because I noticed, or I told, was it Shells and Yams? I told him yesterday. I did not know about GTSY. Who was it, Mama T? She always tells me that when, oh my gosh. She always says that whenever I would like show up in Charlotte's chat because I'm always late. And she would say, Ashley, GTSY. And I'm like, okay, Gitsy, all right.
Oh, good to see you.
I am stupid.
Good
yes,
to see you,
it was
right?
like
Yeah.
probably like in the last week. Literally in the last week.
Well, that's
say,
fine.
between like now and like last week, I was like, oh, and it wasn't even a situation where somebody had told me. It was as if I finally just saw it and made sense. It finally made sense because I'm like, why does she like? What is Gitsy?
Yeah.
I'm tired. I am old and I am tired. So, yeah, Gitsy. Shells and it was Shells and Yams because they were like really, they're like even we knew that. I'm like, well, congratulations. Do you want a cookie? Freaking unreal. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it was fun. Thanks for talking about the true crimes with me. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
And for answering all my Jack Wheeler questions because I was incredibly concerned that, like, when you look at so many different crimes, you end up getting to a situation where you think all of them sound the same, or you're like, shit, was that the same one? I know. I feel old, though.
It's all right.
I feel old comparatively. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. All right.
I'll talk to you in the chat.
Okay, doggy.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah. So that was makeup time with True Crime with Evie and Ashley. We'll start that all the time. But yeah, so I didn't know what it was. 83. Yeah. So I'm 84. 84. I'm 84 and my aunt did my horoscope, my Aquarius horoscope, and it's awful. Yeah, we do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start coming up with like little segments. Dottie will be like, she'll come and copyright us. Hold on. First time I was hit with, what are you doing? Yeah, what you doing? I was so confused, right? Because why would you think? Because automatically you think wide, right? Maybe that's again just the old lady in me. But but yeah, I think, honestly, I think you've never seen the Urban Dictionary. Oh man. Oh yay, that's fun. I need to contact her. I need to contact her, and I almost put in Urban Dictionary. That would have been quite not friendly. Yeah. So again, because quite capable of not, let's see, Chrome tab, quite capable of not doxing myself again. So Without a Crystal Ball is a YouTuber that stalks and exploits others for their own financial gain, regardless of consequences or other people's opinions, often referred to as a cyber bully, and inserts themselves into drama and then plays victim, jumps from community to community for tea or sympathy. Make-believe reporter. Make-believe reporter. I feel like that's been, I don't remember, because now all I see is BX Beast Boy with his little, like, his little notebook that he's always writing in, regularly brings out their inner Karen. And I am trying to, like, detach this so that I can see. Oh my God, it's so tiny. Why? Can I make that bigger? No. Green. Okay, that's much better. I don't need to see my face. So yeah, so it is, and then, oh, we don't have, oh, it says get a, no, that doesn't even make sense. Get a Without a Crystal Ball mug for your mom, Julie. They usually have like better continued, um, like they usually have better continued definitions. But yeah, by Karen Joy. Karen Joy did that one. So I never thought that I would enjoy a website as much as I enjoyed that one. And Damn You Autocorrect. Damn You Autocorrect is, it's basically my life on a website because my phones have always hated me. Plus, they pick up certain things. So, like, my phone automatically will type in as soon as I put KR. Doesn't matter that, like, it does not matter what I'm trying to type, what the context of the sentence is at all whatsoever. It is immediately, I put KR, and then right in the middle it says Crazy Joy. So that, you know, it's all good. I'm like, that's just great. That is just great. Okay. So we got, now we have the Panthers and the Broncos done. We have, let's see, Monday was, oh, there it goes. And it's back. Monday was, we had the Saints and the Broncos, or we had the Saints and Colts on Monday. So you can go back in, and for whatever reason, is it yesterday's stream, Shells? I think it's yesterday's stream that is, for whatever reason, it was showing up for some people, but it wasn't showing up for everybody. So I'm going to, I think I can put them in like a playlist so that you can even just like, this blue is one of my most favorite colors. This is one of my most favorite palettes too. Yeah, definitely need to trim the lashes the next time I wear them. Oh, I know I had started doing something before. So I was telling you how I clean the lashes. So basically I just take, for about 3 minutes or so, I'll take 2 cotton rounds with eye makeup remover, put the lash in between it, and then take a pair of these thingies, and I will hold the lash band, like the very, very tip of the lash band, and then use the other, like the top one, to kind of like clean out any mascara or anything like that. Because sometimes if I was gonna like leave this on, then I would throw some mascara in there to help like marry the lashes together. However, I don't want to do that because I'm gonna take all this off and then do 2 more while I'm modding for Charlotte here in a little bit. So yeah, but then all you have to do is you can take, let me see, you can take either your fingers, or if you are real careful, you can take your tweezers and the, let me see, I have a pair that I need to clean off. Yeah, here's a pair. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. But so when you look, like I have to clean these today too. Come on. Nope, not a YouTuber. Okay. Eventually. So you see how the glue is on them, basically. You can, while it's still kind of like they're kind of damp, or even after, if you hold your fingers really close to the band, then, and it'll come off much, much easier if you are doing this after you put the like eye makeup remover. It'll help like soften that up, and then all you have to do is literally let them dry out, and then put them, I always just put them like right back in whatever box they came in, mostly because, how did I lose, wait, this might be the ones I'm wearing right now. Yeah, I can't be bothered. The hell, okay. Mostly because, especially like these pure ones, they have, gosh, seriously, literally, you guys, like everybody needs to go and hug your favorite beauty guru. And screw you, KJ, for running Tati off, because if she can manage to do this on a regular basis, and at one point in time was doing it 5 times a week, and I had no effing clue, and she wasn't a hot mess full of blurriness like right now I am, and you wanted to be an asshole, girl, this shit is hard, and I don't even have to like get this off of here. Like, I can download this video. I don't have to like then go and edit it. Like, can you imagine if I sat here and talked to myself, well, talked to a camera, and then had to edit it down? Like, that shit's hard. I don't care what anybody says. Like, they're not just sitting there putting makeup on, especially if they're doing like this and like going on the fly because I had no clue what I was going to do with these eyes. But so we have Carolina Panthers. I miss Tati too. We have Carolina Panthers, and we have the Denver Broncos. So the chop down looks like that. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like you would have to, like, who's really good at it is that girl Shay XO, and she's a big doll. Or not big doll, but like she's a doll baby. I love her. Love her. Love her husband. Told them that in the event that there's ever an issue where we need to have like a bunker, that they're on my like bunker list, them and the kitties. But she does really good to where she's talking through her like she's talking through her steps and somehow matches up the audio with the she matches up the audio with the visual while cutting or speeding up the like blending and stuff. Yeah. I really, yeah, that was hard when her voice cracked. That's why I was just like, this whole thing's just been a mess and it wasn't easy before. And that was part of the reason why whenever and it's still cracking me up that I'm doing this because now I can't wait for somehow, because I'm sure it will, sure if it hasn't already gotten to Crazy Doy, that I've like done two videos, basically just one video about her, but the next one was about like just crazy stuff in general. But if it hasn't already gotten to her, and it does, she's gonna be like, see, I told you she was lying. Like, no. No, but still. But yeah, that's why I think that I laughed so hard whenever she was like, I love that eyeshadow. Like, what eyeshadow is that? And like I said, I have my regular one and I have two backups in my drawer. This is the one. Yeah, she was lying and smoking, and I was hacking. I was hacking in my house her Instagram. Like this one is torn up, and this is my second one. But mostly, I think it was Bipolar Sharks. She and I were talking about the fact in the smoky eyes. Like I always do real dark smoky eyes, so these are like my go-to colors. I use these two rows here, and then again, seriously, much respect to my booty gurus, but these two rows here, every once in a while, I'll use this one, and then every once in a while, I will use this one. But even with just using regularly, see, I don't even know where I'm going. Even with just using 4 out of 6 rows, there's like it's literally worth every penny. Even just regularly using 2/3 of the palette, I would still pay for it in full. And I've never in my life wanted to, like, I don't think anything has ever happened that perfect timing ever than whenever I was sitting there and she was trying to get at me, and I don't know. I still don't know what made her say, other than the fact that my eyeshadow did look good. I did have like we had a lot of fun that, well, we went out to eat basically for the first time in forever, and it was Raiders Day. Even whenever I'm at home, like at home at my house and not doing anything, I still like pull out my black glitters for football Sunday. So I hope so. I really do hope so. I hope that she is going to, and like this thing, I hope that she will release more because, and I've said it before, I don't know necessarily that I said it, I might have said it the other day on here, but there are like some of these influencers, like I can't wait to try Samantha Ravindall's stuff that she has, Auric. Cannot wait to try that stuff. But by far, 100% the best makeup, consistency, packaging, um, oh, price per ounce, just the way I know I could buy it and it's gonna be good is anything that I get from Manny. Okay, Andy has amazing customer service too. Like I had an issue with Life's a Drag with everybody else, and it's freaking awesome. Hey Liz, um, but like everything about like he has like they have the big mirror. Okay, oh that's a really cool picture. Maybe I'll screen grab that. Ooh. Um, but like, so you have like the pans. Again, I have no clue which way is right, which way is left. But like, even his pans have like the stamps in them, his glitters, his shimmers. Like, they're all really, really, really pretty. And then it's not, it's literally like no different. No matter, like, this one is just plain, doesn't have any kind of things in it. But like, look at the packaging. Yeah. And like, it's good. It's same thing. Like, this is the like summary or the bright and sunny um version of Eclipse Strawberry Green Dreams. But again, it has that same like real pretty packaging and everything. Like, if she doesn't come back to do, yeah, the aesthetic, the package, everything about it, like everything matches. Everything is very matchy. You know, when you like, I can tell across the room if it's like something from my Manny stuff. If it is anything lunar, like the highlighters are in these like little geodes. And again, like, and it even like blends out though to where it's not all that crazy. Again, how do they do that? Fuck you, KJ, for running Tati off. Blush. Just had it. All of it. Yes, this is kindly. Please let me be sponsored by Lunar Beauty. Let me somehow be sponsored by Lunar Beauty. But like, he really, like, you got Moon Prism and these colors. Like, I bought a second one of these for my kit, and all I needed to do was add one more. Like, I think I have like one or two more shades of blush and I'm done. And I know it stays forever. Like, it stays all day. So I hope that even if one day comes when like he doesn't want to do like content anymore, because I know it'll happen. Those are the only things I don't have of his are the brushes. That's the only thing I don't have. I have at least one thing of everything but the lashes. Like, I have the blush. I have a liquid lip because I ordered red. Come on. So I ordered, what is this? Aphrodite. Because it is, and he does comfort mats. So they don't dry down. Like that's the best, like red, like blue red, but they're comfortable because they don't dry down all the way. But that does mean that they might smear and transfer. So that is that one. And his glosses, like they are like they're just stupid good. They're real light. They don't feel crazy. Nothing like that. So, but I just saw that it's been 3 hours. Jesus, you guys. Oh, okay, right here, right there. Come on. Okay. I can't believe that you guys sat here and listened to me babble for 3 hours. Well, at least you got to hear Evie. But thank you guys so much. And if I do not get both of the looks done that I want to get done, like while Charlotte's on or later, maybe I'll go. Probably not. I probably won't. Probably catch up on watching videos. And then I just feel like yesterday was too quiet in Crazyland. So because I think yesterday was too quiet in Crazyland, I feel like we're going to have an issue. Plus, it has been, today is the 1 year anniversary of my father-in-law. So whenever Hubs comes home, I'm going to spend some time with him too. So Crazy Joy will have to, she can wait until tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for coming. And yeah, I hope that, hey, bipolar, how did the Detroit show up for you? Same. I don't really like, I told her, I said, I'm mod and I'll help out when it's needed. But I would rather be able to, like yesterday, like help her at that point than, because it's just so many people. And like every time I went to every time I get a like moderated comments, somebody else grabs it. So I'm like, well, that's good. I'll just keep my eyes on the real crazies out there, make sure that they don't start cutting up. So, but thank you guys so much for spending. I can't believe, like, you got, like, you and Shells and Rules, like, you guys, like, maybe, like, you guys all just, like, sat here for 3 hours with me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping company. I love you all so, so much. And again, because we are not incapable of doing anything, and we don't need to, and then, like, do all the things. Thank you guys so much. I guess at this point you can like, subscribe, you know, do all the things, and it's been fun. And we'll see you next time, I guess. Bye.